What's going on, everybody? I hope everybody's doing good today. Yeah, you might notice that light behind me is on. It's because one of the sensors on one of the doors here are kind of messed up, and for some reason, even though the door's closed, it says the door's still open. I don't know why, but hey, that's Ford for you. Normally, I make videos while I'm sitting in my truck, but my truck's not here right now. It's broke down. I had to take it to a shop, but anyways, so I hope everybody's doing good today. I just got back from a trip in northern Michigan. I was in Baldwin, Michigan. They had the blessing of the bikes there. Had a good time. Got this hat from there. Got this shirt from there as well. Some of the things on here might look backwards. It's because of the way I'm holding this camera. So, yeah. So with that being said, I'm going to jump into the subject. So I've been hearing a lot about this mass shooting that happened in a store in Buffalo, New York. And I will say this right now, to the 10 people that were killed in that tragedy, my heart does go out to them. My thoughts and prayers do go out to them. My heart aches for those people. I can't imagine how the families are feeling right now. It's a terrible situation, and I feel for those people. It's a very, very messed up situation. Do I think the person that caused that mass shooting deserves to get life in prison or the death penalty for the matter? Absolutely. Do I think that dude deserves to burn in hell for what he did? Absolutely. I'm not one of those people that sit there and say things like, oh, you should go to hell for this or that. I don't like to do that, because, I go to church, and that's not what I like to do because I'm a God-fearing man. But still, people like that deserve hell. I'll put that out there right now. So with that said, so I'm already hearing a bunch of bullshit come from, people on the left. And, I'm not trying to make this a left versus right issue. This really shouldn't even be a left versus right thing going on, but of course, people always want to jump into conclusions and say things like, oh, well, this is another mass shooting done by a white person. All white people should feel guilty. This was white privilege. That dude didn't get beat down, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I get what you're saying, man, but come on now. Here's my first question. Do you take time to think about the people who have lost their lives or the families and friends of these victims that are hurting right now because they just lost a loved one? Or do you just push that aside and just jump into conclusions first? I was scrolling through TikTok this morning, which I don't get on TikTok all the time, because, I think it's kind of weird, but, I also do it, because sometimes I think it's cool. But, so I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across this video right here.
So here you have a white boy who just killed 10 fucking people and not a scratch on him, not shot at, not pushed to the ground, not punched, not kicked, not treated like fucking shit. Nothing. This is clear fucking white privilege, and black people can't even sleep in their own goddamn fucking homes without being shot at by the fucking police. White people, you need to fucking admit that you got fucking white privilege. I don't give a fuck if you like it or not. We are, as white people, protected by the goddamn fucking system, and I know you don't want to fucking change it. That's why you don't speak on it, but I don't give a fuck. My name's Eric Stone, because it's fucking true. Deuces.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You're sitting here, first thing that comes to your mind when you make this clip is, oh, he was a white guy, and, white people need to admit they have this problem, they have that problem, they have white privilege, blah, 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 blah. Really? What the fuck, dude? Like I said in one of the other clips, did you even take time to either do your research or feel for the people who were affected by this tragedy before jumping on a bandwagon and echoing what, things like CNN or the Young Turks had to say about this shit? Maybe they haven't said things like that yet, but, you know, the things you said remind me a lot about what CNN and the Young Turks have to say. Not only that, but you made it seem like the cops were supposed to beat the living shit out of that dude. Okay, aren't you guys the same people that sit there and say things like, oh, well, cops aren't supposed to beat the shit out of people. Cops aren't allowed to do this or that. They can't kill people, even if it's self-defense. It doesn't matter what crime they did. You guys are the same people that jump on that bandwagon when a cop kills or hurts somebody. But yeah, okay, you know, somebody kills a bunch of people and you're like, oh, the cops should have, you know, kicked his ass or killed him or whatever. Alright, here's the deal, man. Either you are against cops killing or hurting people, or you're not. But hey, I guess since, you know, it was a white guy, you know, that doesn't matter. Now, do I think that dude should have been shot or beat up by the police or beat up by a Good Samaritan or shot and killed by a Good Samaritan? Absolutely. You know, it's a shame that didn't happen. I do believe that should have happened to that dude. But here's my question to you, Mr. Eric Brian Stone, or whatever the fuck your name is. Were you this pissed off when that one guy in the Milwaukee area plowed his Ford Escape through a Christmas parade, killing a bunch of old people and could have possibly hurt a bunch of other people? Were you this pissed off when that Brooklyn subway shooting happened a month or so back? Were you this pissed off when quite a few cops in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in 2016 lost their lives from a black mass shooter? Man, if you weren't pissed off at that point and had not a damn word to say about any of those things, then you shouldn't even be talking. While I do fully respect what you're saying, you know, because you're entitled to your own opinion just like I am entitled to mine, you know, you're a complete idiot for jumping into that conclusion. And since you're bringing up how, you know, innocent black people can't step into their home or some business or whatever without getting shot by a white guy, let me ask you this question. Do you get this pissed off about the amount of black people that get shot and killed by other black people each and every year? Do you get this pissed off about the amount of black babies that have been aborted since Roe v. Wade? Do you get this pissed off about the black military members that lost their lives in a war? Were you that pissed off about the amount of black police officers that were killed in the line of duty while doing their jobs? Can you answer any of those questions? Or do those questions not fit your narrative? Now, keep in mind, you know, these questions I'm asking aren't just for that Eric Brian Stone. You know, this is to a lot of people out there that think just like him and like to jump into these types of conclusions. Now, look, do I agree black lives do matter? Absolutely. You know, I mean, I think every innocent life out there does matter, regardless of what their race is, what their sexuality is, what they do in their life, etc., etc. But the fact that people like him even had the nerve to sit there and jump into that type of conclusion before at least taking time to think about the families and friends of the people that are dealing with such a hard time from this mass shooting, that's just messed up. That really says a lot about today's society. Now I know what a lot of people are going to say. Well, you're getting butthurt over what some dude on Twitter had, or not Twitter, but TikTok had to say. You know, you need to just ignore those people. You need to just keep your mouth shut, blah, 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 blah. You know what? Here's the thing. Like I said earlier in the video, yes, we are all entitled to our own opinions, you know. Again, he's free to say what he wants. but that doesn't mean I can't respond with my opinion. And I'm sorry, that was just my phone that went off, but still, people are so quick to jump into conclusions and think that everything's got to be a race issue or a left versus right issue. Do I wish this mass shooting didn't happen? Absolutely. It's a shame it happened. I do feel for the people. Now, my next point is for those of you who are going to sit there and say things like, oh, well, you should do more than just feel for the people. You should speak out against this. You should do this or do that, blah, 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 blah. A lot of you people that say that are the same type of people that go around causing chaos in each and every major city in the U.S. when a cop kills a black person. It's just like back in late 2014 when Michael Brown was shot down and killed. So many people caused chaos through cities like St. Louis and, many other cities out there. And then in 2020, when George Floyd and Breonna Taylor were shot and killed, and people were going around destroying businesses, ruining other people's lives, and there were people that died from all the riots and protests that have happened. Now, do I think, Michael Brown, George Floyd, and Breonna Taylor all deserve to die? No. I'm not saying just because they were criminals that they deserve to die. That's not at all what I'm trying to say. But now, getting back to the subject about the mass shooting that happened in Buffalo, New York. So, as of right now, I am still learning some information about the shooting. It's still kind of new, and I'm still learning information about it. So, obviously, yes, I don't have all the facts, okay? I'll admit that. I'm sure some people are going to comment on this video and say, well, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You should shut your fucking mouth, blah, 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 blah. Oh, please. Like you guys have any idea what the fuck you're talking about as well. You guys, the way you sound, you shouldn't even be talking. While I was also scrolling through TikTok earlier, I also came across a TikTok video. It was posted by Joel Patrick, and I just gotta say, everything Joel Patrick said in that video was spot on. Unlike a lot of people that want to jump into conclusions, I will give him props for saying what he said and, coming out and, saying his thoughts about this. But for those of you that don't know what he said, I'll put that in this video right here.
Yesterday, a coward shot and killed 10 people, injured 3 more in Buffalo, New York, at a Tops Market. It appears this incident was racially motivated. Do not say his name. Do not post his picture. Do not give him the gratification he so wanted, which was your attention, which is why he live streamed it. The reason that bad people continue to do these copycat crimes is because they think they're going to get famous from it. Do not give them that gratification. I was disgusted to learn that after killing all these people, they talked him down. Why are we taking consideration for people who kill other people? No consideration needs to be given. They should be terminated with extreme prejudice, so that everyone knows what becomes of people who commit crimes like this. It's disgusting. And to the anti-gun crowd, oh, well, it's because we have too many guns. No, it's because there were not enough. If all 10 of those people had been armed, he would have been terminated with extreme prejudice. And to the retired police officer who died saving lives, you died a hero. Thank you for your sacrifice. The media would rather push a narrative for views and encourage young black men to believe that white men are out to get them and encourage young white men to believe that black men are out to get them, so that we have this copycat killer in the same state as a previous hate crime doing it back. Oh, it's our turn now. That's so ridiculous. We're not focused on content of character, and we're still pushing this race nonsense. There's only one race. It's the human race, and people need to be protecting one another. So we need to have more unrestricted gun laws so that people can protect themselves from crazy people. People say, oh, well, if there were no guns. Okay. The Christmas market a few years ago, did you forget the trucker? So do we ban trucks now? We need to put people in positions to be able to protect themselves from crazy people and evil people. My name is Joel Patrick, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.
So yeah, that's what Joel Patrick had to say about this situation. You know, unlike Eric Bryanstone's lousy ass, at least Joel Patrick has more common sense than what Eric has. Honestly, I think if Eric Bryanstone actually did his research and maybe took some lessons from Joel Patrick, we wouldn't have as many ignorant people running around saying, oh, racism this, racism that. Okay, whether or not this actually did have something to do with racism, I don't know. But like what Joel Patrick said, there was a retired police officer that tried to save people, and he died trying to save people from this. So, to that, rest in peace to that guy, rest in peace to all the other people that have lost their lives in this as well. It's messed up. It really is. Now, anyways, that's really all I gotta say for this video. Sorry if I sounded like I was repeating some things, but, I'm sure I probably pissed a lot of people off for making this video, but you know what? I really don't care. If you have something you want to say to me, yeah, I'd like to hear you say something then. If you disagree with what I'm saying, but you feel like you respect my opinion, but you feel like you just have something to say, then I'd like to hear your opinion. But if you do agree with what I'm saying, then, feel free to hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe, do what you want to do, get this video out there, do what you can, yada, yada, yada. Again, I'm really not trying to make this an issue of race or issue of right versus left, I know some people are going to watch this and think, oh, well, you don't know what the fuck you're thinking. Obviously, you have the word conservative in your YouTube name and blah, 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 blah. You know what? Like I said, say what you want to say. If you really don't like what I say and you feel like you got to bring my political opinion or whatever lousy bullshit you come up with up, then whatever. That's not my problem. Like I said, if people would just do their research and stop acting like everything has to do with right versus left these days, we wouldn't be down this rabbit hole. Really sucks that, everything nowadays has to do with either politics or, race bullshit or whatever. But, hey, if it isn't one thing, it's got to be another. Am I right? Y'all have a great day now. It's a lovely day today. It is Monday of May 16th, I believe. And that's that. Y'all have a good day now. Peace. Sorry, just one last clip that I got to add into this video, and I promise this is the last clip, but I just looked at that dude's TikTok, Eric Bryanstone's TikTok, and I guess that video got removed from his TikTok, and now he's claiming TikTok is a racist app. It's funny how when conservatives get removed from other social medias like Twitter or Instagram or Facebook or whatever, and people are like, well, they were violating guidelines, so they deserve to get removed or suspended for so and so. But yet, you know, that video that I showed you guys of what Brian Stone had to say, or Eric Brian Stone had to say, and now he's like, oh, well, TikTok's a racist app. Well, either you don't know what racism is, or you don't know the facts. Just saying. Now, keep in mind, I don't support people getting removed from social media sites, you know, all because they voice their opinion or so and so. But the fact that a liberal gets his video taken down and now he wants to bring up the whole racism bullshit, especially when he's white, that cracks me up. I'm sorry. I just had to put that out there. But, alright, I'm done now. I'm sorry. This is the last clip. Y'all have a great day.